بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم نحمده ونصلي على رسول الكريم أما بعد. This ni'mat of life and time, which is a great bounty of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and in the Islamic calendar the people of Iman are taking stock of their life, taking stock of their amal, taking stock of Akhirat, and seeing what preparation needs to be made, whether my will is in order, whether my estate and the details of the estate, whether it is my salat, my qada umri, my zakah, everything that is needed to make sure that a believer is ready to meet Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That's why they say time is what we want most, but we use it the worst. Every person wants to live longer, every person wants an extended life, but we utilize the thing which we want most the worst. People say bad news is time flies. The good news is you the pilot. Bad news is time flies. But the good news is you are the pilot. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given us the power to control our lives and utilize it in avenues which will be beneficial for dunya and akhirat. That's why Mawlana Nasr used to say, most of the fitnahs that is taking place in the world is because the Ummah don't know what to do with their free time. They have the time, they are passing time, they are not making their time. And a person must check, am I amongst the people of dunya or am I amongst the people of akhirat? What do I love? That time goes very fast. And what do I dread? That time goes slowly. If you love Allah and His Rasul, then tilawat, the time will end quickly. Salat, time went so quickly. Dhikr, time went so quickly. Or a person is waiting and dreading and looking at the clock. A person watches television, time went so quickly. He's watching a movie, he is listening to haram, he's watching haram, he wonders where the night goes. So we should come out of this rat race, the race of dunya, and come onto the farishta race, the ultimate race of the people of akhirat, the race for Allah, the race for Jannatul Firdaus. They say even if you win the rat race, you still a rat. Even if you win the rat race, you still a rat. So we need to take control of our life, take control of time, make correct decisions. Every day is an asset, every day is an amanat, every breath is an amanat. Either we run the day or the day runs you. Either we run after dunya and become the slaves of the dunya, or we run after Allah and become the slaves of akhirat. Masruq used to say, إِذَا أَتَتْكَ الْأَرْبَعُونَ فَخُذْ حِذْرَكَ. If you love to see 40 years, then be on your guard, be cautious, because 40 years of your life has passed and yet you've still not recognized Allah. Ibrahim Nakha'i used to say, كان يقال لصاحب الأربعين احتفظ بنفسك. He used to address people who have surpassed the age of 40 and say, now look after your life properly, look after akhirat properly, look after this time properly, don't waste your energy and your potential. That's why it is said that the habit وَكَانَ كَثِيرٌ مِنَ السَّلَفِ إِذَا بَلَّغَ أَرْبَعِينَ تَفَرَّخْ لِإِبَادَةِ, that the pious people, when they reach the age of 40, they devoted themselves exclusively for Allah, they freed themselves for Allah. Umar bin Abdul Aziz used to say, تَمَّتْ حُجَّةُ اللَّهِ عَلَى الْإِبْنِ الْأَرْبَعِينَ. When a person reaches the age of 40, then the hujjah, the proof of Allah is now complete. Meaning that if you reach the age of 40 and you've not still found Allah, you have not found Akhirat, you have not found your purpose of life, then the hujjat is complete. There's nothing more to be said. Fudail asked somebody, Kam ata alayka? How old are you? He said, Sittuna sana, 60 years. He said, Anta mundu sittina sana tasiru ila rabbik, yushik an tasil. If these 60 years was spent in finding Allah, then you will reach your destination. But if you wasted your life, wasted your wealth, wasted your energy, wasted your potential in a mess in dunya, then you will reach another destination because your focus and your direction was completely wrong. A poet says, Ya may yafrahu bi kathrati mururi sinin alayhi. How unfortunate insan you are. You celebrate the passing of time. Innama tafrahu bi naqsi umrik. You are actually celebrating the termination of your life, the shortening and the end of your life is coming closer, yet you are celebrating that. How foolish are you? Hassan used to say, Innama anta ayyam. You are but an epitome of time. Kullama madha minka yawmun madha ba'duk. Every day that passes, you are consuming yourself. You are consuming yourself. So every day is a consumption, like a petrol gauge. Every kilometer you go, there is a drop in the gauge. Every day we pass, we are dropping from the quota of our life in this world. The pious people used to say, كيف يفرح بالدنيا من كان يومه يهدم شهره. How can men be elated when every day is consuming the months and the months are consuming the years and the years will consume your life? How can you be elated that every day is taking you closer to your grave? قد اعتورك الليل والنهار. That is night and day has gripped you. It has befallen you. يدفعك الليل إلى النهار. The night pushes you towards the day and the day pushes you towards the night. حتى يأتيك الموت. It will continue pushing you and excelling you to your death. So these days and nights which you become elated for is actually pushing you to the qabr. So we need to realize the value of life and time, and the end of the year is the end of Amal, where one needs to take stock of the year, and we say New Year resolution. A believer makes a resolution and an ambition to find Allah and find Akhirat. So people write resolutions, they make resolutions, but they don't practically back it up. Deen is about time. وَجَعَلْنَا اللَّيْلَ وَالنَّهَارَ آيَتَيْن. These are signs, day and night are signs. مُبْصِرَةً. It is a lesson. وَلِتَعْلَمُوا عَدَدَ السِّنِينَ وَالْحِسَابِ. You take a lesson, you map out every hour, every minute, every second of your day, how you're going to utilize it in the obedience of Allah. إِنَّ عِدَّةَ الشُّهُورِ عِنْدَ اللَّهِ 12 شَهْرًا فِي كِتَابِ اللَّهِ. These 12 months have been stipulated, and we go by the solar and lunar calendar so that we can get istiqamat. The entire deen is clear cut, black and white. The people of Iman who have understood Akhirat are clear cut. Those who don't know the objective are still in a daze, in a haze, still trying to find their objective. يَسْأَلُونَكَ عَنِ الْهِلَّةِ قُلْ هِيَ مَوَاقِيتُ لِلنَّاسِ. These are stipulated times and opportunities for the people of Akhirah from these 12 months. There are special months which a believer can capitalize. منها أربعة حرم ذلك الدين القيم. These are the 4 Mubarak months which Allah has highlighted, and that is for the people of Akhirat. فَلَا تَظْلِمُوا فِيهِنَّ. Allah is instructing us, don't commit oppression by utilizing your time in the wrong avenues. Al-Hajju Ashhurum Ma'lumat Shahru Ramadan alladhi unzila fihi al-Quran. These are months which are made and have been engineered by Allah for your akhirat. Nabi alayhi salam has encouraged, utlubul khair dahrakum, seek, be averse to utilize your time correctly for akhirat. وَتَعْرَضُوا لِنَفَحَاتِ رَحْمَةِ رَبِّكُمْ. And when the breezes of Allah come, when the opportunities of good come, when the waves of hidayat come, take that opportunity. That's why we see in Tabligh, cash tashkeel is made. When Allah puts anything in one's heart, we should jump and we should rush. Sabiqu ila maghfirah, sari'u ila maghfirah. Rush towards the forgiveness of Allah. فَإِنَّ لِلَّهِ نَفَحَاتٍ مِّن رَحْمَتِهِ. And there are moments where Allah's mercy can encompass you. Grab those moments. يُصِيبُ بِهَا مَن يَشَاءُ مِنْ عِبَادِهِ. Allah chooses from amongst His servants upon who He wants to shower this mercy. There are those who show ambition. فَلَعَلَّ أَحَدَكُمْ أَن تُصِيبَهُ نَفْحَةٌ فَلَا يَشْقَى بَعْدَهَا أَبَدًا. And if you grab this breeze, then you are fortunate and you will be guided by Allah. Mujahid used to say, مَا مِن يَوْمٍ إِلَّا يَقُولُ. Every day the earth and time, every day it proclaims, and it's sealed. There's a sealed. يَا ابْنَ آدَمْ قَدْ دَخَلْتُ عَلَيْكَ الْيَوْمِ. Today I've entered, I'm an opportunity. وَلَنْ أَرْجِعَ إِلَيْكَ بَعْدَ الْيَوْمِ. And today that you've witnessed me, you will never see me again. فَانْظُرْ مَاذَا تَعْمَلُ فِيَّ. Be weary of how utilize me for the short period of time. وَيَقُولُ الْيَوْمِ هِنَ يَنْقَضِي. And when the day comes close to terminated, it says, الْحَمْدُ لِلَّهِ الَّذِي أَرَاحَنِي مِنَ الدُّنْيَا وَأَهْلِهَا. All praise to Allah who has saved me from dunya, the clutches of dunya and the people of dunya. Isa alayhi salam used to say, إِنَّ هَذَا اللَّيْلَ وَالنَّهَارِ خِزَانَتَانِ. This day and night are vaults, they are safes. فَانْظُرُوا مَا تَضَعُونَ فِيهِمَا. So be very cautious how you utilize this time, and make sure you put great treasures in these safes which will be opened in Akhirat. اعملوا الليل لما خلق له وعملوا النهار لما خلق له. That utilize this night and day, what they were created for. The night and day were created for the obedience of Allah, standing in front of Allah. This tongue was made for the tilawat of Allah. This eyes was to see the greatness of Allah. This body was supposed to be utilized to move in the itaat of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the obedience of Allah. What has happened to the ummah of Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam, where we are utilizing all these avenues in the disobedience and the ma'asiyat of Allah, that they've declared war with Allah. And when the balls of lightning strike, and when the tsunamis, and when the earthquakes, and when the different forms of adhab descend, then the ummah cries, why? Hasan used to say, لَيْسَ يَوْمٌ يَأْتِ مِنْ أَيَّامِ الدُّنْيَا إِلَّا يَتَكَلَّمْ يَا أَيُّهَا النَّاسِ. Every day the earth calls out to you, إني يوم جديد. I'm a new day. وإني على ما يؤمل في شهيد. Every action that you do, I may witness, I may testimony to what you are doing. وإني لو قد غربت الشمس لم أرجع إليكم إلى يوم الوعيد. And every day that the sun sets, it's not going to come back. اليوم ضيفك. The day is your guest. والضيف مرتحل. And this guest is going to depart. And when it departs, يذمك أو يحمدك, it will praise you or it will find faults with you. So make sure you go to Allah, make sure you go to Aakhirah, finding your objective. We are going to die and we are going to Aakhirah. إنما الأعمال بالخواتيم. The Ummah needs to utilize their time properly. Abu Darda used to say, أحب الموت اشتياقا إلى ربي. I desire for death. Why? Because I want to meet Allah. I am looking for meeting Allah. The pious used to say, طالت علي الأيام والليالي بالشوق إلى لقاء الله. The nights and the days are long. They are too long. When will the angel of death come so that I can meet my Allah? طال شوقي إليك فعجل قدومي عليك. O death, the days, the nights, the years are too long. When are you coming to visit me so I can meet my Allah? لا تطيب نفسي بالموت إلا that I am not happy to meet death except for the opportunity to meet my Allah. فَتَمَنَّوُا الْمَوْتَ إِن كُنْتُمْ صَادِقِينَ. If you are from amongst the truthful and the genuine people, or the people of Akhirat, then desire to meet Allah. مَا يَكْرَهُ الْمَوْتَ إِلَّا مُرِيبٌ. That a person who is doubtful of Akhirat dreads death, and he dreads the angel of death. Abu Hurairah used to say that none of you would look forward to death except that person, man wathiqa bi'amalihi, who's sure he's done the amal that he should do. Dhannun Musri used to say, kullu muthi'in musta'nisun. Every obedient person is familiar with Allah and comfortable with death. وَكُلُّ عَاسٍ مُسْتَوْحِشٍ. And every disobedient of Allah dreads death. Abu Haazim, you say, كُلُّ عَمَلٍ تَكْرَهُ الْمَوْتِ مِنْ أَجْلِهِ فَاتْرُكْهُ. Every action that makes you despise death, stop it. Every action that makes you despise death, abandon it. ثُمَّ لَا يَضُرُّكَ مَتَى مُتَّ. Then you will not worry when you die. You will not worry when you die. So the people of Akhirat look forward to meeting Allah. They say there was an elderly man who came to a doctor. He was in his 80s, which needed stitches to be removed. And he made a note that he was in a hurry. One of the doctors, as he came out, seen this person, seen him in a rush, looking at his watch. He asked the secretary, he looks like he's stressed and distressed. She said, no, he's got a very serious appointment and he's been asking me, he needs to go for his appointment. So I decided to bring him forward and evaluate his wound, and I noticed it was healed. I removed the stitches and I redressed him. And a conversation started. And I asked him, where is he going to? So he says he is going to a nursing home to eat breakfast with his wife. So he inquired on her health, and the old man said that she's got Alzheimer's disease. So when the doctor was finished, he said, I asked if she would be worried if he was a bit late. So the elderly man said, no, she no longer knew he was, and she hadn't recognized him for 5 years. I was surprised. I asked him, the doctor said, and yet you go every morning even though she doesn't know who you are? The old man smiled and he patted the doctor's hand and said, Doctor, she doesn't know me, but I still know who she is. She doesn't know me, I still know who she is. May Allah give us tawfiq of utilizing this time and preparing. They say by failing to prepare, you are preparing to fail. The amal for today is, if you see somebody inflicted with any calamity, read the dua, Alhamdulillah alladhi afani mimma btalaka bih wa faddalani ala kathirin mimman khalaqa tafdila. The virtue is lam yusibu dhalikal bala. No harm will fall that person. So any person that you see that is sick, is in an accident, no matter what the calamity, let us read this dua. We can make a niyat of all the sick people in the world, all the people that are going through difficulties, all the people that are suffering in the qabr, all the people that have been deprived of deen. Wa akhiru da'wana alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen.